Intense week of racing in Thessaloniki at the 470 Junior World Championships, many teams took the 585-kilometer journey northeast to the beautiful city of Burgas, Bulgaria. Here, the 420 youth class and the 470 Olympic class joined forces for the combined 2015 420 and 470 Junior European Championships. This elite event featured an international lineup of young athletes from 30 nations.
Hosting the 420 and 470 Junior Europeans in Burgas, Bulgaria, was a strategic plan for development of 420 class in this area, especially Bulgarian Black Sea. 5 years ago we didn't have the 420 class, and now the fleet is growing up, but we have more and more sailors. So for me, as a person who has been involved with 420 and 470 class in our country and also internationally, it was really the target to get this event to Burgas.
Burgas, meaning tower, is the second largest city on Bulgaria's Black Sea coast, with a population of around 230,000. Experienced in hosting major events, Burgas has played a key role in the development of sailing in the region. In 2012, the RSX European Championships were hosted here, showcasing Burgas as a perfect venue for world-class events.
After the Juniours in 2007 and after the Europeans on Finn on 2009 and European for 2011. So this is the biggest event make it in Bulgaria at that moment.
Attracting the world's top youth talent, 248 sailors aged 18 and under contested the 420 Junior Europeans, and 168 sailors aged 23 and under faced off in the 470 fleet. Reinforcing the natural pathway between the two classes, the 420 and 470 Junior European Championships support and encourage the transition from Junior 420 to Senior 470 Olympic racing. Nurturing knowledge acquisition, the younger 420 teams learn from the older 470 sailors, both in the boat park and out on the water.
Well, when I was sailing the 420, I remember one championship where we were together with the 470 fleet as well. And I remember it as being very inspiring because back then the 470 fleet, the Germans were very, very good. And well, yeah, it was really motivating as well to keep on going, to achieve what they are achieving.
The 420 is often a sailor's first experience of two-person sailing and teamwork, so soaking up as much information as possible is key for the learning curve.
I think they're like 420 sailors, but definitely more focused, and I think a lot of them are more athletic than 420 sailors. You can tell they have, bigger muscles. They're stronger. They're definitely really focused on sailing, and yeah, I look up to them.
Day one of the Junior European Championship kicked off in a breeze of around 10 knots, which decreased through the day, leaving more waves than wind. Masterful at the front were those who could keep their boat's momentum in the tricky conditions. Both the 420 and 470 fleets were packed with high-profile young sailors, names who have already proven themselves in their early sailing careers. Plenty of world champions were racing alongside those making their first international appearance. There would be some tough race days ahead.
It was good. Good place. Too many countries.
That was a really competitive fleet.
It's nice weather. The wind's really good. Lots of wind every day.
The 420 fleet featured the American partnership of Willie Rogers and Jack Parkin, who picked up silver at the 420 World Championships in Japan in mid-July. Also in contention were Italy's Edoardo Ferraro and Francesco Orlando, who won the 420 Under-17 Worlds and were on a mission to repeat their performance at the Junior Europeans. Nicolas Rollins from Switzerland was another renowned performer. The 2014 Optimist World Champion moved to 420 racing with longtime friend Erwan Lamoret.
For me, the competition in 420 are harder than Optimist because everybody have more experience, and we are new guys in 420, so it's hard for us.
The 470 fleet included last year's 420 world champions Jose Manuel and Fernando Davila from Spain. Racing their first 470 championship, the Junior Worlds in Greece, the pair finished 14th. Aiming to upgrade in Bulgaria, their 7-2 scorecard on day one put them well on target to do so. A last-minute entry came from another 420 world champion, Alexander Kvass, who won gold in 2012. Partnering with new crew Akias Burgas, they opened their series with a confident 3-2 scoreline. The top-ranked 470 men's team competing were Germany's Malte Winkel and Matti Kipra, silver medalists at the 470 Junior Worlds and silver medalists at last year's Junior Europeans. Taking time out of the boat, yet remaining focused, were key for preparation. 470 Junior World silver medalists Winkel and Kipra shared their secrets on managing performance.
Yeah, we was quite good at the Worlds. We were second, and we just tried to keep the concentration and to keep the motivation between this short time. And we had some small rest to try to get not too much pressure. And now again to give our best here, because I guess we have quite different conditions here, and we know that we were second, so we have some pressure from the other sailors. Everyone expects quite much of us.
In the opening days of the championship, many of the top performers from the 470 Junior Worlds repeated their form in Burgas. Back-to-back race wins saw Winkel and Kipra head up the leaderboard after race 5, before an 11th place pushed them down to 6th, but safety inside the gold fleet cut. Italians Benedetta De Sale and Alessandra Dubini, who won the 470 Women Junior Worlds, were looking for another victory, but it would not be easy. The pair sat in 5th place at the end of race day 2, with a 13-point gap to the front of the leaderboard.
We were enough fast, we have a good speed in Saloniki, but we have just not to think about we have win the last race, because this is another regatta, and so we have just to think about this one.
Willie Rogers and Jack Parkin knocked out brilliance race after race, claiming 3 wins from 4 races by the end of day 2 in the 420 Open fleet. Continue like this, and they were fully on target to secure a double podium championship season, fresh from their silver medal at the 420 Worlds. With the boys and girls racing together, the top girls team were Greece's Susanna Loli Pagazza and Nicoletta Papagorgio in 3rd overall. Spain's heritage of success in the 470 class at Olympic level was evident in this current generation. The new partnership of Silvia Mas and Paula Bacello controlled the 470 women fleet early on, with teammates Barbara Conudella and Sara Lopez, who happened to be cousins, just behind in 2nd. In the 470 men's gold fleet, Italy's Matteo Capurro and Matteo Pupo were on top of the leaderboard, but being hounded down by 3 Spanish teams close on points right behind. Before the break, we caught up with action at the 420 and 470 Junior European Championships. We now jump in on day 4. As the end of the championship closed in, the leaderboard was finely balanced, placing a notable shift in pressure on teams. Sailing's young protégés were focused on trying to make their mark in the history books and claim the Junior European Championship titles on offer. For many, their dedication and commitment to succeed is driven by their own heroes.
Pete Burling at the moment, he's cool. Winning everything. My favourite result was his Mop Worlds, when he won the Mop Worlds with basically straight bullets. That's so cool.
Teams also relish the challenge of the technical aspects of the 2 boats. Equipment plays a crucial role on performance in the 420 and 470 classes. It takes immense skill to tune the boats to suit teams' own style of sailing and individual physiques.
I think that the equipment plays a pretty big role in terms of your setup, so I think it doesn't really matter which kind of equipment you sail, but it's really important to make it fit for you and make it work out for you and find a way to sail fast with what you have. But I don't think it really makes a big difference which label you sail or which kind of material you sail, just that it really fits your style and your way how to sail.
In the under-17 420 fleet, scoring the points at the top of the leaderboard were Israel's Ido Bilik and Ofek Shelgi. By day 4, they had racked up a 19-point advantage over Greece's Agalos Avanitis and Theophanes Kanakaris in second. 3 Spanish teams were right behind, all in the medal hunt. In the 470 men, day 4 saw the tipping point arrive for Spanish brothers David and Alex Charles. Their consistent scoreline rewarded them with the overall lead after race 8, although a penalty score in race 9 put them on tiebreak with Italy's Cupuro and Pupo. Just behind were 2014 420 world champions Jose Manuel Rui and Fernando Davila, who were making an impressive assault in their first season racing the 470. The battle would intensify on Friday's penultimate day.
Hasta mañana.
À demain.
The penultimate day of the championship offered a last shot at podium glory. Only the top 10 teams at the end of the day would claim their ticket to Saturday's medal race. It was set to be hot out on the water, both in temperature as the sun beat down and intensity as teams battled to control the fleet.
We're feeling good. It's going to be a tough day today. Hopefully the wind will swing around and we'll get the sea breeze again, but we're excited for today.
For those teams already sitting inside the top 10, the day would not be all about race wins, racing brilliantly or controlling the fleet, but holding one's nerves and position on the leaderboard. A different perspective though for those on the cusp of qualification, who needed an aggressive strategy on the racetrack to rise up.
The competition's tough. It's anybody in the top 15 can can get top 5 in any of these races. So trying to compete against that is very difficult. But
Well, we're for the challenge, and hopefully the breeze fills in early so we can get some races in.
absolutely.
In the 470 women, Canada's Ali Soretta and Ali Tenhova went into the day in 11th overall, with their work cut out to leapfrog Turkey's Beste Kayanci and Sime Aslan in 10th place. The Turkish team delivered, scoring a 3rd and 19th to hold firm as the final boat in the top 10 cut, just 1 point ahead of the disappointed Canadians. Feeling the heat in the 470 men were Turkey's Halil Demirel and Firat Sahin in 10th overall. A 3rd place in race 10 kept them safe and meant they could breathe easy as they climbed the leaderboard to 8th overall. Simon Disch and Patrick Aguilar of Germany advanced into the top 10, knocking out Argentina's Agustin Romero and Fermin Jacobs. Saturday would see a full-on podium hunt. In the 420, Rogers and Parkin continued their strategy for success, superior boat speed in a masterful show of dominance. Finishes of 2nd and 7th give them a 34-point advantage over the 2nd place team, their American teammates Will Logg and Bram Brackman. 2 races on Saturday for the 420 Open and Under-17 fleets would decide the podium lineup. Behind them, the racetrack would be fast and furious to decide the girls' junior European title and settle the rest of the podium places. In the 470 men and women, the leaderboard had witnessed a rollercoaster journey of position changes over the previous 5 days. teams advancing to the medal race were incredibly close on points, with podium places still open.
I feel relieved. Empty. Happy. Improved.
Focus.
Nervous.
In the 420 under-17 fleet, Bilic and Shalgi only needed a reasonable finish in race 11 to wrap up the series with a race to spare. A fifth place did just that, but to emphasise their superiority, they won the final race too, rewarding themselves with gold medals and a phenomenal 40-point victory.
Tricky win, but we found we understand it and it was fun.
We're feeling great and we're happy to win the first under-17 European Championship.
Rogers and Parkin, who had controlled the Open 420 Junior European fleet from day one, again read the racetrack perfectly, closing out victory with a first and sixth. The pair knocked out a phenomenal series, counting 7 wins from 12 races. Top-placed European team were Israel's Netai Hassan and Tal Harari, claiming Junior European Championship gold by 5 points over Great Britain's Wrigley and Tressler. Jessie Campman and Annelle Ponthieu of France accelerated on the final day, taking control of the ladies' leaderboard and securing the gold medals.
Well, personally, Bulgaria had great conditions for sailing. Just sea breeze coming in every day. It was awesome fun, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of a relief just to have it kind of past us. The regatta's just kind of over, and we finally got it in the bag now, which is awesome.
In the 470 women, Spain's Barbara Cornudella and Sara Lopez went into the medal race in a virtually unbeatable position, sitting 18 points ahead of rivals and teammates Silvia Mas and Paula Barcello. A conservative race strategy was their plan, so a 5th place in the medal race handed them gold. Mas and Barcello finished 6th to claim silver. A phenomenal push came from Greece's Maria Bozi and Rafaelina Clonaridou, who crossed the finish line in 3rd place and claimed bronze.
Well, we're really happy about winning this championship, and it was hard at the beginning. We didn't have a good start, so we just climbed every day and we feel happy about that.
In the 470 men, Italy's Matteo Caporo and Matteo Pupo had a fight on their hands to hold on to gold. Capitalising from a strong start though, they secured the medal race win, wrapping up gold and marking a career best performance. Germany's Winkel and Kipra managed to put 4 boats between them and Spain's Charles brothers to claim silver, bronze to Spain. Interestingly, the Germans and Spanish matched their junior European medals from last year.
For us, is for sure the best result, and we hope to have another result like this. And so now maybe some holidays and relax, and after we start to work very hard for next competition.
Teams, officials, coaches, family and friends gathered for the closing ceremony at the open-air Sea Garden, with celebrations for the top-placed finishers. Champagne spraying and applause for all wrapped up a memorable 420 and 470 Junior European Championships for the 414 athletes representing